fact or fiction.
Wasn't it Mark Twain who told us that everyone talks about the weather but nobody ever does anything about it? True in Twain's day, perhaps. But with today's tracking satellites, three-dimensional diagrams, and computer readouts, weather has become not only predictable, but highly profitable. Brent Philly is a popular, well-paid local weatherman. His nightly reports have made him famous. But there's a storm on the horizon of Brent's career, and with apologies to Mark Twain, Brent is about to do something about it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, what can I say? That was another encore presentation of absolutely beautiful, stunning Southern California weather today, wasn't it? And looking at our local map here, we can see that our skies are clear. Our temperature is 74 degrees. The humidity is 48%. The barometric pressure is steady at 30.09, and the winds are calm.
Weatherman Brent Philly had been a fixture around Southern California for 10 years.
Down to the beach with you.
He was well paid, and he coveted the power and celebrity his job brought him.
Anyway, looking ahead now to our 5-day forecast, we can see that we can expect pretty much more of the same. Our highs will be in the mid-70s, our lows in the mid-50s. All in all, a gorgeous week of weather ahead. Well, that's a look at your weather now here in beautiful Southern California. But if you'd like to know more about the weather, or perhaps even the Brent Philly Celebrity Golf Tournament, why don't you check into my website at www.phillyforecast.com. That's it for now. Back to you, George.
Thank you, Brent, for that great report. Oh, and by the way, I'll be there with my clubs and my 12 handicap. And now some late breaking news. More violence broke out this afternoon in Dallas.
Yeah.
Brent loved being in the public eye, but there were two different Brent Phillys.
Right.
The one the public saw and the real one.
Now, see, Jess, that's what I'm saying. I'm not getting paid enough. No, people are watching this newscast because of me, not that has-been George Jean. The guy can't even read copy. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They love me out here. Right. Okay, well, I'll give you a call right after the meeting. Okay, bye. Hey, Mark, catch my weather? Felt really good today.
Yeah, come on in. Close the door.
Brent wasn't sure what this meeting was about, but he knew he could use it to stab anchor George Jean in the back.
What's up?
I just got the latest numbers, and they're down again.
Down again? I know what that is. It's George. I mean, come on, Marty. You gotta let him go. He's old news, and he's killing my viewer base. You know, people just don't like him.
Actually, Brent, we did a focus group, and George isn't the problem. It's your weather reports.
No. No, that can't be right.
They say, and I'm quoting, boring and always the same.
Well, what do these idiots expect? The weather never changes. I mean, come on, what is that, my fault now? If these people want more exciting weather, why don't they move to Minnesota?
Look, I don't know what to tell you here, okay? I'm in the middle. We got sweeps starting next week. If the numbers don't go up, I've been instructed to let you go.
No, Marge, you can't. Come on, man, I'd be ruined. I'd be finished all over town.
I'm sorry, Brent. That's the way it is.
That's the way it is.
Brent Philly had a long, sleepless night after his meeting with news director Mort Phillips. He came to work the next day committed to one thing. He wasn't going to lose his job without a fight.
Well, now it's time for our weather. Here's our resident meteorologist, Brent Philly. Well, Brent, what's in store for us today?
Ladies and gentlemen, pay no attention to the map behind me, because it is dead wrong. There has been a sudden and highly unusual rise in the barometric pressure, and I am predicting a massive tropical storm is going to sweep through the greater Los Angeles basin tonight. That's right, we can expect gale force winds with up to 15 inches of rain over the next 12 hours. Tidal waves up and down the Malibu coastline. I'm going to be tracking the whole thing for you downstairs in Storm Central. Until your next update, right here. It's back to you, George.
Thank you, Brent, for that rather surprising forecast. Well, if you don't have to go out tonight, don't.
The phones at the station rang off the hook the next day when the storm failed to appear. But Brent had a ready explanation for that.
Because there was no tropical storm. That massive front we were experiencing broke up into smaller pieces and blew out over the Pacific. But we are not going to escape the tornadoes that are coming. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, tornadoes. They are going to come, they are going to hit us, they are going to hit us fast, and they are going to hit us hard. Stay tuned, I'll have more details later in the newscast.
For the next week, weatherman Brent Philly continued making wild predictions, followed by explanations of why they didn't come true. No one at the station complained about the exaggerated reports because the ratings continued to climb.
High pressure system coming in, we're facing a deluge. I predict a series of 6 tornadoes piggybacking their way through the greater Los Angeles basin, accompanied by hurricane force winds. Now don't forget, you heard it first here on the Philly Forecast. George?
Wow. Brent, thank you for that warning. Tornadoes, huh? Boy, oh boy. Well, when we come back, Stenson Gottlieb has the latest in entertainment news. He's here next.
Oh, that's great.
Brent Philly couldn't have been happier with his renewed success. More and more people were watching his weather reports, and they didn't care if he was right or wrong.
Great. Good. No, and listen, I'm telling you, Joe, I've never been bigger. It's unbelievable. I mean, people are stealing my garbage. I'm like a prophet or something. Yeah. Yeah, of course. Hit them for more money. Absolutely. Yeah, as much as you can get. All right. Okay.
What happened next was completely unexpected.
Mr. Philly?
No autographs, but if you speak...
No, I don't want your autograph. You should be in jail. My father died because of you and your stupid weather forecast.
What are you talking about?
My father heard your forecast about tornadoes hitting L.A.
Yeah?
He went outside to weatherproof the house, and he had a heart attack and died. You killed him!
Oh, hey, listen. I didn't tell anybody to go out and weatherproof the house. Your father killed himself.
No, you're a monster!
Hey, lady, get your hands off me. You're a nut.
Tragedy struck one of our own today. Popular 34-year-old weatherman Brent Philly died on his way home in a freak accident. According to eyewitness accounts, a small but powerful tornado touched down and lifted Philly's car off the ground. After spinning it some 50 feet into the air, the tornado then dropped the vehicle where it landed, right behind me. Brent Philly died on impact. There is one interesting side note, though. There were no predictions of a tornado from any of the local weather forecasts, except for one, and that came from our own Brent Philly. This is Cynthia Bellwood reporting. Back to you, George.
What really caused the death of Brent Philly? Tornadoes are the rarest of occurrences in the area in which he lived. Did his outrageous predictions actually come true, or had he angered the fates once too often? And how reliable were the eyewitnesses? Was Brent's accident really caused by a tornado, or did he lose control of his car and roll over on his own? Or did the family of the man who died weatherproofing his home have something to do with it? Could they have tampered with Brent's car? Does this story seem to have clear, sunny property of truth, or do you see it as mostly cloudy with a chance of lies?
We'll find out if this story is true or false at the end of our show. Next, a stand-up comic finds he can't outwit destiny on Beyond Belief.